what are the ways that you can still have a launch? What are some of the things you can do without stressing yourself out so that you can launch a little bit messy?
Welcome back to Duo On Air. I'm Abby.
And I'm Courtney.
And we're the ex-agency turned entrepreneurial team that puts the Duo in Duo Collective. Our boutique organic marketing agency specializes in SEO, social media strategy, and branding.
We're an everyday pair of business besties / marketing experts obsessed with helping our community learn more about what it takes to run a business.
Which is why on Duo On Air, we're not holding anything back. We're giving you all the info we know about how to grow your business organically so you can be the confident CEO you were made to be.
And how to navigate life as a small business owner.
Whether it's on your own or with your best friend by your side, so grab your coffee
or your mimosa, we don't judge,
and settle in for a quick value-packed episode of Marketing Tips.
Welcome back to the Duo On Air podcast. This is episode number 191. And I bet you can find oodles of podcasts out there about how to prepare for a course launch, the importance of starting 6 months early, and we kind of have a feeling that that might be why it's actually keeping you stuck and why you haven't launched your course, relaunched your course, or just stressing about launching. And it doesn't even need to be a course. It could be a digital product. It could be a service. It could be an offering. Because every single time you're out there, you're like, I need to do X, Y, and Z in order to do this big thing, or in order to do it right, or in order for it to be successful.
Or I need to pay a launch strategist because I don't know what I'm doing.
Which they are phenomenal people, by the way. Like, absolutely. But sometimes you're like, well, I need the money from the course launch to help me.
Right. I don't have that budget at the moment.
So if you haven't launched something, it might be because you don't have the time to do it right. And I have yet to see a podcast out in the world about how to have a launch when you don't have your shit together. None of it.
I'm so excited for this podcast episode, to be honest. And if we're going to be completely authentic and honest with you, we just closed our launch for SEO on Tap yesterday.
It will have been a couple weeks ago by the time this is out. Yes.
And we have a podcast recording day, the very following day.
Because
I don't think that was meant to happen. No. I think life happened and we had to reschedule. But this morning when we got here, I was like, why are we doing a podcast day today? I mean, these days take a lot of like energy and a lot of, they're just exhausting by the end of it. And I'm like, we just finished our launch.
Fun fact, on our podcast to record list, we have an episode about how to decompress after a launch. And you know why we haven't recorded it yet?
Because we haven't ever decompressed after a launch. Ever.
Because it would be a lie.
Yeah, we'd be liars, and we're not liars.
One day, when we record it, we will have actually decompressed. But now we finish a launch and we just record 6 podcasts in one day.
And then the following week, we have our annual planning meeting.
Yeah, we're idiots. So anyways, we are hoping, sometimes it might look like we have everything all together. I can assure you we don't.
We have a lot of people who say, how do you guys do it?
How do you do it?
We're like,
by the seat of our pants, people. Yeah. You just sometimes have to hit go when you don't feel fully ready.
The dumpster is on fire behind us, but we're just ignoring it.
And we're kind of hoping that by sharing all of this, that it inspires you just to take messy action.
Yes. We're in the messy middle right now, kind of, and we're still trying to figure things out. We'll always still try to figure things out as we continue to grow. We're never going to have it down. And we might appear as though we have our shit together, but I guarantee you we are not even close.
I will say,
this is our permission slip to give to you that says you don't have to have it all figured out to look like you have it all figured out. You know what I mean? And that's not our goal. We don't always want to look like we have it figured out because we're very open with you guys on this podcast. Yeah. But it's your permission slip to do the things without doing the things that they tell you have to do.
Yeah, that you can still do the things messy, without order, without plan, without,
absolutely,
you can still do it.
And be successful.
Yeah, for real. One of the things, too, that was also kind of inspiring during this whole window, we were launching at the exact same time Tonic was launching. So Tonic had a brand new
Aperol
template.
Spritz.
Yeah, their Aperol Spritz template that was launching. And we love Tonic. We promote them all the time. And we have a Tonic template. And so they were launching during this window. And Ryan on their team, who's the SEO guy on their team, so obviously we have close connections with him, he posted something a comment on their Instagram being actually, I'm sorry to do this over Instagram, but I quit and I'm going to go start a tequila company because this template is so good. They literally had this idea middle of launch to play off that. And like, if you haven't watched the stories on Tonic's Instagram, go back and watch them because they're so good.
It's funny.
It's so real. And you can't plan that.
Mm-mm.
That cannot be planned. You have to have wiggle room in your strategy to play off things.
Yep.
And I think that's so cool. So like, even just watching that happen was inspiring. And it was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to write the emails.
It's okay to shift.
It's okay to just have these ideas, like whenever the ideas come to you. So that's kind of what we want to talk about today, is our recent launch and why it wasn't planned as well as we would have hoped. And what happens when just, crap happens and you can't stay, like, it's just, it doesn't go as planned. So
it's actually like, now that we look back at it, it's like one of those things where when you're in the middle of it, you're like, oh my gosh. But then you look back and you kind of laugh.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, well,
we did it. We did it. I know, we did it. We survived. We're here.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons, so we did try to plan. Like, I wouldn't say we didn't. We absolutely tried.
We tried.
I blocked off a week in August to record stuff. We blocked off time here and there. There were certain days where I'm like, I'm unavailable. I have to do X, Y, and Z. So we definitely tried. And then there was like the week before launch where I was supposed to record and I got sick.
Like, sounded like a frog, could barely talk sick.
Like, it was bad. Like, I felt just awful. Like, my brain wasn't working. I was so tired. I was just like, I felt awful. And I haven't, like, it wasn't even something I could power through. And so that happened. What are you supposed to do about that? You got to record. Like, I couldn't do anything. And so what are you supposed to do? Just move your launch, not do your launch? Like, no, we still powered through. So that's kind of what we're going to talk about, is like, what are the ways that you can still have a launch? I mean, I wouldn't recommend being a complete shit show, but like, what are some of the things you can do without stressing yourself out so that you can launch a little bit messy? Because that's like the reason that's holding you back. So number one is, it doesn't all need to be completely done before you launch.
No.
So this is a good example, is as of this point, hopefully by the time you're listening to this, everything is done and recorded. But I had not been able to actually record the things because I had gotten sick. So there is one bonus that still needs to be recorded, and just a couple how-to tutorial videos. Nothing crazy. But why should that hold back from the launch?
It shouldn't.
We have templates in there that just say coming soon, coming this date, whatever. So people know it's going to drop in there. But just because it's not in there the day that someone jumps into the course, that's okay.
And it's something that we like talk about, and they know, and they can see that it's coming soon too. So it's like, it doesn't have to be all buttoned up and finished.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. And there are plenty of people who pre-sell a course before any of it's even done, just to get a reading on who's interested. So you could do something like that where your course isn't done yet. You want to give people these founder, like, discounted rates to join before it's done. And now you have some of that income, you have that social proof, you know that people want it, and that's going to motivate you to actually create it too.
Yep.
So that's also an option. I think the biggest thing about that is providing clarity.
Yes.
So
just being honest. Yeah. Open and honest, having
it's
those
not
conversations.
done yet. It's going to be done.
Don't make it look like you're hiding something, or you're being like sleazy, or like anything like that. I think communication and honesty can take you so far in your business with things like this.
Yeah, for real. Next, you can write sales emails as you go. I am proof of that. I told Courtney yesterday, I was like, Courtney, I just wrote 18 emails in a week and a half, maybe.
And I think she would like wake up and write like a couple of emails each day. And there was days where she was just like, I need you to look at this. Do I sound dumb? Does it sound great? Did I miss anything? Did I misspell anything? And she did great. I think the one thing I had for a suggestion in one of them was a GIF. And oh my gosh, we should put the screenshot in the show notes. But I just like took a screenshot from my phone, found the GIF, drew a little arrow where I wanted her to insert the GIF. And I was like, insert this GIF here. And she was just like, I love how you drew me a little arrow. I was like, I just wanted you to know where it should go.
My brain wouldn't understand it probably. She's like, this girl needs all the help she can get. So it's like not ideal. I would love to have the content done and scheduled. And that's the beauty of using a tool like Flowdesk. But the reality is, I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
I didn't have the time to draft them.
Right. But another thing that I feel like we've kind of learned from this one too is that conversations during, like, you're having conversations with people during your launch window because they're not sure if they want to buy, or they've thought about buying, or they have a friend that bought it and they've heard really great things about it. And so then they have questions that you might have not even thought of, or that you can leverage for your next email. So there is a little bit of like planning ahead is great, right? But there is like, this is kind of where you can't, like, you can like shift, right? She, you know, took a lot of that stuff and made these emails based on those kinds of things too, which is so relevant at that time. And she's even saying like, somebody asked me this yesterday, and like wrote an email about it. So, and Abby gets all the proof for all those SEO on Tap emails, you guys. So give her a big kudos, send her some coffee, all the things.
I think someone just messaged, one of our old clients just messaged us, and she was like,
and she was like, can you do, she's like, your marketing has been so spot on lately. Can you just do all of my emails and something else?
can you write my newsletters? Just kidding, but not really.
Yeah. And Abby's like, nope.
You know,
Abby does not want to open Flowdesk ever
Talk
again.
to me a different day. But today is not the day. But that is something too where so one of the things, it's hard when you're in writing emails every single day because you're also watching the metrics. So you're like, oh, you know, subscribers are going down, open rates aren't quite as much, or something like that. Like you're just like, you're looking at the data too along with it, and you don't want to be discouraged. So I want you also to know, like, I sent 18 emails in less than 2 weeks for sure. So that feels crazy.
It also sometimes feels like you're maybe being annoying, right? Like when you are the business, or you are the one sending
you feel
it,
awkward.
You feel awkward, and you feel like, oh my gosh, they're gonna be like duos in my inbox again.
Yeah. And I wrote an email just like this where I was like, oh, another duo email, and then I was like, sorry, not sorry, because you kind of need this. Like, and it's one of those things where you have to lead with confidence. And give people an opportunity to opt out too. So like we have, rather than unsubscribe, people can manage their preferences and opt out of sales emails. And so I've excluded anyone that's opted out of sales emails. They don't need to get it. Like they don't need to get our launch window content. So that's like a great way to still keep someone on your list, but now they're not going to get your sales stuff, and they can manage those preferences anytime. But if you've heard of the rule of 7, people need to see your content at least 7 times before buying.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a
lot. And not everyone opens your email. So if they don't open your email, they're going to see it again. So I also read another study that said the average number of touch points per purchase is 28.87. Like this changes per industry, and we're not just talking email. This could mean they need to see your email and your social post, maybe a paid ad, maybe they need to see you on Pinterest. Maybe they need, you know, on stories. Like they need to see you 28.87 times. That's crazy.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
So when you're in these launch windows, all you feel like you're doing is just constantly throwing stuff out there. And like you do feel borderline annoying. But if you don't do that, you're not going to catch them enough times.
Yes, I know. So it's one of those things where every time I'm writing an email, I just think in my head, like, no, you need this. I'm writing this to you because I'm not trying to sell you or swindle you into something. I know this is going to change your business, change your life. You need this. I'm not going to say sorry. Like, this is important. And when you lead with that confidence, people see it. And I think that's one of the reasons why when we looked at our metrics, like, yeah, sure, you get 4, 5 unsubscribes a time. That's fine. They were never going to buy anyways.
Right.
I don't care. But you look at it and your open rates are still 30s. Like 30% open rates are great. Like seeing that during the sales window when you're sending 18 emails, that's awesome. That means people are still super engaged.
Yes.
So you can watch some of those metrics, but don't get super hung up on it because you need to lead with that confidence when you're selling, and just don't feel bad. Like just send.
And it's knowing these stats too that like help us like get over that, right? Like we know these things. We know we have to be, you know, extra diligent and in your email more than normal during this launch window. And so like those stats give us the permission because we know that if we're not, you're not going to see us.
Yeah, for real. Email is, I will say too, I feel like email is the game changer for launching.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
It just makes all the difference. So I would say if there's one thing you can do to prep before launch, I would have it be create a freebie maybe even run some social ads
Mhm.
for a free resource to boost that list. That is one of, like, we can talk about this in a whole nother episode, but that's one of the things that's helped grow our list really fast.
Yes.
Is actually doing a social paid ad for a free resource.
Mhm. I know it
Conversion on
sounds
free is way better.
crazy coming from the organic ladies,
I know.
but we've started like testing and dabbling in this ourselves. And while, you know, it's not a service that we offer right now or anything, and we may never focus on that, but we know that we have a strong organic foundation too, right? Because we've built it from day one. So,
And
it's
our
been,
conversion metric is not clients.
no,
And our conversion metric on paid ads is not even it's not even sales from the courses.
no, Mm-mm.
It's email list.
Yeah.
Because we want more people to talk to in our email, because we know how powerful email is during that launch
Mhm.
window when you can actually talk to them.
and how
get real.
powerful email is, just like even outside of launch windows. Like the email, like we always say, people get to control their inbox. And if you have us on your email list, we know that you trust in us enough to be in that safe space. Like, people protect their emails because you don't want a bunch of crap. So like, once people are on there and they're dedicated followers, like, that's where you're really going to be able to have some good conversations with them.
I feel like it's the best place where you can build a relationship.
Yes.
So to us, email, using paid as an email growth opportunity is like just such a way to build genuine connection.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as like paid. I don't know.
Yeah, sleazy paid.
Right.
Like, yeah.
But anyways, going back to how to launch without anything prepared. Honestly, right as you go. Near the end of launch, I couldn't prep anymore because my brain was getting fried. So I would be writing the 1 to 2 emails a day the same day they were happening.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, sometimes it's really great to batch, but sometimes my brain fries. And I'm like, I got nothing left in me. These emails sound stupid. Or I'm copying and pasting from the last email I sent because I'm just trying to send over the same thing rather than like articulating a story or answering a question or being genuine. So taking those breaks actually helped me be like, oh, that's a good email idea. I'm going to go write that right now.
You're not doing the same thing over
Yeah.
and over and over again.
Yep.
You're like flexing your brain in other places too. So
Yeah.
you can have better energy for those just 2 emails per day or whatever it was.
Right. 1,000%. So the next thing that kind of surprised me is we focused on showing up in Instagram stories a lot. We still posted,
Mm-hmm.
but I think if you don't have a team to help you, so like we have our project manager who's also our marketing manager too, so she helps us post stuff. She, like, honestly, we helped write the captions and sometimes create the content, but she was managing posting. I think if that was on us, it probably wouldn't have happened.
I probably would have slipped.
It
Yeah.
would've-
or not been
we
as
would've forgot,
often or
yeah,
not
it would have
thought
been
out.
less of a priority probably because of the other things. But we showed up in stories a lot and I kind of liked it.
Mm-hmm. I think people like that.
I know.
too.
So I'm like trying to take the momentum from that to maybe just naturally show up in stories.
Yeah, we're not great at that.
We're
I don't
not.
know why. I think
It's
think
hard.
we're just
But I
so
think those-
busy.
I know. I actually think those like few days of just doing it every day actually got me a little bit more in the groove of like, maybe I can do this.
Yeah. Well, and people have done it like they set like a loose schedule. Like I pour my
Yeah.
coffee and then I sit down and enjoy my coffee and I'm on stories for 15 minutes at the beginning of the day. Like
Yeah.
or I'm walking my dog and then I'll be on stories then. And I'm like, that's smart. To like
See,
but then,
maybe.
but maybe that's what's stopping me
I
too is
resist
like
a schedule.
maybe that's it too. Like
I
I
know.
like routine but not really structured routine. I like a loose routine, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe that's it too. Like maybe for us we just need to be more organic about it.
I
don't
know. I know. I think it did like get me a little bit more comfortable, and maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's just like you need to do it for a few days, like do it uncomfortably for a few days to like get in the groove of it. But I'm kind of like, all right, let's maybe use that as like the moment to try and just stick with it. So wish us luck. If I'm
Maybe
still
we'll do
posting,
like a challenge. Like you and I should do like a
Ooh.
30-day challenge where we both have to show up in stories for 30 days straight,
Let's
minus
do it.
weekends or something. I don't know.
Let's do it. Let's do it with our audience, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. You've heard it here first. We'll
You've heard
post it. Don't worry. Okay, but we have to start the challenge when this goes live, so we'll do that.
Okay.
All right. You know what? We're gonna do a November challenge.
Oh yeah, just let's do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
November.
November.
All of November.
Every
we're gonna show
day
up in
of
stories
November.
every day.
And we're gonna have some type of like win with it. So if you do it for 30 days
with us,
there will be something.
Chance
We're going to figure this out.
to win
Stay tuned.
a yacht.
Stay tuned. If you need to show up in stories more too, and you are like us, this is what we do. We just brainstorm ideas right
I love
here.
how we just like
live with
make
you.
promises on podcasts, and we're like, oh,
Yeah, right. Someone write this down. Someone please remind us if
we will do this. I'll make a note right after we get off of this.
Okay, so again, if you don't have the capacity to show up and post, show up in stories.
Yes.
You can show up there real. You don't have to post things. And then this is the next tip, but it's actually something that I used when I was posting in stories a lot, is to reuse and recycle your content.
Mm-hmm.
So we shared a lot of content in previous launches. Like one was a day in the life of an SEO student.
Which was so fun and cool.
It was such a cute reel. And it was one where I was like, why, like, let's either repost this or at least re-put it in stories. Like, I think I linked it in an email as well. So it's something where you can take the content
you already have
and the content that you've already used. Obviously, if your bonuses or certain things change, you have to finesse a little bit. But if the content of it is like talking about a problem or talking about like telling a story or just something that's still related, just because it's old doesn't mean you can't do it.
No, yeah,
So
absolutely not.
the skeleton reel,
We've done that every October for the past 3 years, I think.
I think that's the third time we
And it
posted
changes a little bit, but not a lot. Like the actual
People still love it every year. Every year.
It's literally my favorite. Every time October rolls around, I'm like, we get to post the skeleton reel. I'm such a nerd about it. But
sometimes it's finding the content that's the hardest part. But don't be scared to repost stuff.
Yeah.
People don't remember. And stuff is still funny or it's still
relevant
intriguing.
to the season or intriguing or relevant to your business. Yeah.
So maybe scroll back to previous launches, previous seasons, like whether it's a launch or not, you can do this year round. You can repost seasonal content.
Sometimes I'm feeling in a rut. I will literally scroll like a year to 2 years down our feed and be like, oh, we should redo this. Why don't we do this? That was great. You know?
Right? I know. There's especially, and you know, the cool thing about that now is that now that Instagram content is indexable, I bet you reposting that old content might even help boost some of that. So it would be a good test all around.
Yep.
So you can do that with your Instagram content, with your TikTok content. You can do it with old emails. Obviously, we all know that Pinterest is a great place to reuse content as well. So, and then same thing is like pulling questions or snippets directly from your audience and using their words. We have a survey every single time we finish a launch, or just like once a year or twice a year, we send it out to our students and we ask them what they're thinking about the course, if they've seen results. That content, just because it was 2 years old, doesn't mean it's not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
It's still worthy to share people's results. So continuing to use content that you have. So we have a Drive folder that we save everything in. And that's where we go to whenever we need content ideas.
And when we do like our live webinars and stuff like that too, this might be harder for people. Well, you should get like a transcript or something afterwards, but I'll take screenshots. Like if people are saying like, wow, this content is amazing or whatever it might be, or like, wow, I didn't know that. I'm so glad you're teaching us that in this webinar. I'll screenshot those and use those as like social proof or things that you can put into
that
an
was a social
Instagram
post.
Yeah, we did that this year. And it's just like capturing those things too. You can leverage those things to use for content.
Yeah, it was a social post and an image and an email. Like there's just so much content that you can reuse. It doesn't need to be unique for every single thing.
Exactly.
So try and reuse stuff across the board to help save you time. Another one is to let automations do the heavy lifting. So yes, this does take up like a tiny bit of time to set them up in advance, but it is worth it. So some of the automations that we use typically during our course launch are Webinar Jam. This is where we host our webinars. There are email notifications that you can automatically put in there. So it's like reminders, we're joining tomorrow. Reminders, this is in 15 minutes. Here's the replay. Here's the reminder your 24-hour bonus is going to expire. I wrote those emails. I actually wrote the emails for like the reminders for the webinar prior to like that, obviously when we set it up. But I think at the time, we literally didn't even know, and we're going to talk about this in a sec, we didn't know what that 24-hour bonus was going to be until the day before. So because of that, I edited the email people were going to get in 24 hours that day before. Like I did it real time. So it might look like things are all put together, but sometimes it's not. Like you're editing things real time, and that's okay. That ManyChat has been super helpful. Yes. So making sure people can get the link to the course, get the link to the webinar, and that they can get on our email list too. So all of that is super important. We use Zapier to help connect people from webinar signups to Flowdesk so that they actually get on our email list. And then we use Flowdesk to automatically drop them in the right segment. So making sure we're talking to the right people at the right time. So setting these up in advance then makes launch time. Like we don't have to think about that. Our email list is growing with the people that are signing up for the webinar. We know that the right people are getting the right emails. We don't need to send out 24-hour reminder notices because that's already set up through Webinar Jam.
It's automated.
Yeah, everything's automated. It just makes the whole process so easy. So we've already talked a little bit about screenshots, that being used as social proof, but this is something that actually helps you save so much time. Literally use the words from people talking.
Yes. Using their
screenshot
actual
DMs,
words. Yes.
Screenshot comments. Take questions people ask you. Sometimes you can ask for permission if you need to, or lots of times we just like block out their name so that it is anonymous.
Yep.
But this can be a great way to show that social proof. People are talking. Like when someone sees, this is the reason why we do the post-its on our stories. Like we share the post-its of people signing up, because when people start to see, oh, other people are joining too.
Yeah. Or look at this community of people.
Yeah.
Like, not only do we want to celebrate that these people are like in this with us and like in our community, in the course, whatever it might be, but we want other people to see that other people are joining it too. And it's just so fun as like a celebratory piece for us. And then for other people to see that other people are joining this community too, because it gets them excited. And then it might get somebody who's kind of on the fence, like, wow, I really do want to be a part of this community. And like that could be what converts them to purchase.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about that 24-hour bonus, because this is one thing where it was the day before our webinar. I remember I was like upstairs getting ready in the bathroom, and I like voxed Court, and I was like, Courtney, I still don't feel good. I still don't feel good about like what our 24-hour reason to buy is. Like I just... Like, it feels like we've done this before. It feels like it's not as like juicy. I don't know what else to do.
Like what is the hook? What is the thing that gets like a little bit more exclusivity? And I don't even think I had the answer. I think you and I were
too
both
close to it.
Yeah. And I think I was even just like, you got to ask. We got to ask other people. Like we are way too close to this. We have to ask what other business owners would maybe want. And so I think you turn to your mom. Yeah. And ask your mom, because she's a small business owner too. So sometimes we literally just need to we need outside perspective or thoughts to brainstorm with somebody, because we're way too close to it. And something that we might think is intriguing or a great bonus might not actually be. Like, I know. Because again, we're too close.
And sometimes it's like, all people want are, cash money. Like, everyone just wants more money in their pocket. And it's like, we want to do that, but at the same time, we want want to understand the value of this course is so insane that like we already feel like it's undervalued. So like is that the right? Underpriced. There's too much value for the price.
Yes, correct.
Whatever.
People value it. It's not undervalued.
Yeah, right. So that was something where we just needed to ask, like, what else can we do? What else? Or what other support do you need?
Right. Like, or what is something that would make you excited to get in on this 24-hour bonus? What would make you want to purchase this so you can get this bonus?
Yes. So this is where one of the things, and if you were part of our webinar, you probably heard it. If not, what we added this time around was 30 days of Voxer Access, one-on-one Voxer Access support. And it's like, it was a super exciting thing to add. I was like, I'm pumped for this. Like, I want to help people for sure. Can we do this for every single person that joins? Probably not, because that's a lot of time. Yeah. And we have to protect our peace too. And we want to give people that join that value. But if someone's like, heck yes, I'm going to jump in right now. I want to like honor that, and like support you even more. So that was one of those things where it's been fun. So we've got a handful of people in Voxer that I'm talking to right now, and it is just fun to have that extra layer of support, that confidence, that accountability. Like you just have me for 30 days.
Yeah. And it was, again, within a matter of 20 minutes, we figured out what it was, because we asked other people for their thoughts.
I know. And they were like, this made all the difference. This is why I bought.
Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why it's so important to quiz your audience,
Mhm.
talk to people, get out of your head. So brainstorming with others, especially if you're stuck throughout any of this process, even middle of the course. So a good example of this is we had a client or a student of ours, middle of the launch. She was like, I just can't pull this, like, I can't put this together right now. Like, certain life things are happening. And would you consider doing a 12-month payment plan? And I was sitting there like, I don't know, would I?
I know. Yeah. And then she asked me and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know. We just kind of like brainstormed it. We talked about it and
I asked a few other people and I was just like, is there a the biggest concern was the liability.
yeah.
But luckily, like our course tool, if anyone misses a payment, they get kicked out of the course. So like, obviously they're not going to have that content anymore. And I don't want that to happen either. But also like, we want people to feel like they can invest in this because we give you lifetime access.
Mm-hmm.
The course is something that also, it's going to continue to grow. Like it's going to continue to help your business. You're not just going to use it right now. I want you to use it for your business. Like,
and we have
forever.
a community, a Facebook community where
Yeah.
you're always on. You can always ask questions. Yeah. You can always talk to us. You can always talk to people in the community. You can share your wins. You can try to troubleshoot something.
Right?
It's just like, it's so valuable.
SEO, AI, everything is always changing. So like we want to continue to support you. So it almost actually seemed like a no-brainer after we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of thank yous and support and like
the emails, like the personal,
it like made me cry.
heartfelt emails that we got in our inbox were incredible. And Abby and I were just like texting back and forth and we were like, wow, we weren't sure about this, but this feels right. Like
this
we
was
genuinely,
like the best decision we've probably made.
Genuinely feel like we're helping people that need it. And that this makes it so much easier for them to purchase and like have in
I
their
think
lives.
we were
and grow their
worried
businesses.
that like not the right people would sign up for it.
And
but
that we
at
were
the end of it,
totally
it was
shocked.
like people who have been in our universe forever were emailing us being like, thank you. I have been using your tips in your email. I've been using your podcast. I've been using all of these things to help my business grow. I just haven't had the funds yet. And now I do. And thank you. Yeah. And it was just like, I want to cry.
It feels so good. It feels so good.
It does. So we are excited because even post-launch, we're going to open a 12-month payment plan for this course always so that you can join without needing to worry about that. So we are really excited about that. But that's another reason, like showing up messy, make decisions messy. You don't need to be rigid. You don't need to have everything set in stone. You can still launch a course without everything done.
And you can change a payment plan halfway through.
For real. So we hope that this is a little bit of your permission plan to stop waiting, launch the thing, even if it's not perfect, pre-sale it if it's not even recorded. Like, you're the boss, you make the rules. So just get started and show up messy and be authentic and do whatever it is you need to do while listening to your audience. And your permission to course launch when you don't have your shit together.
If you like this episode, please be sure to share it with a friend and subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes dropping every Monday. Plus, if you haven't already, please go ahead and leave us a review and don't hesitate to share any new episode ideas. We absolutely love hearing from you and creating this content for you. See you next week.